Adolf Hitler's defeat in World War II was largely due to a series of major strategic mistakes. Here is a detailed explanation of the most critical ones. 1. Invading the Soviet Union, Operation Barbarossa, 1941. Hitler launched a massive invasion of the USSR on June 22, 1941, breaking the Non-Aggression Pact signed in 1939. Why it was a mistake? Underestimated Soviet resilience. Hitler believed the Soviet Union would collapse quickly, but it had vast reserves of manpower and resources. Harsh Russian winter. German troops were not equipped for winter warfare, leading to massive casualties and halted offensives. Overextended supply lines. As German forces advanced deep into Soviet territory, their logistics failed. Two-front war. It meant fighting both the USSR in the east and the Allies in the west, splitting German resources and attention. Hauptpassage 2. Declaring war on the United States, 1941. What happened? After Japan attacked Pearl Harbor, Hitler declared war on the U.S. on December 11, 1941. Why it was a mistake? The U.S. industrial and military capacity far outmatched Germany's. It ensured a global war, bringing America's full economic and military strength to the Allied cause. The USS helped Britain and the USSR with supplies, weapons, and eventually massive ground forces. 3. Failure at Dunkirk, 1940. Hitler halted the German advance on Dunkirk, allowing over 330,000 British and Allied troops to escape to Britain. Why it was a mistake? Allowed Britain to continue the war. Those rescued troops formed the backbone of later Allied operations. Psychological victory for the Allies. Gave Britain hope and time to prepare. Hauptpassage number 4. Battle of Britain, 1940. Hitler tried to gain air superiority over Britain as a precursor to invasion. Why it was a mistake? Shifted targets from RAF airfields to civilian cities, the Blitz, allowing the RAF to recover. Failed to break British morale or destroy the Royal Air Force. First major defeat of Hitler's military campaign. 5. Micromanagement of military decisions. Hitler often ignored or overruled his generals, made poor tactical decisions, such as refusing strategic retreats, e.g. Stalingrad, wasted resources in politically motivated campaigns, e.g. North African Balkans, lacked military experience, but acted as if he had superior knowledge. Number 6. Battle of Stalingrad, 1942-43. German 6th Army was encircled and destroyed in a prolonged urban battle. Hitler refused to allow a retreat, even when defeat was inevitable. Massive German casualties, about 300,000, and a psychological turning point in the war. Soviet counteroffensive began pushing Germans back west. 7. Neglecting the North African campaign. Hitler gave limited support to Rommel in North Africa. Why it was a mistake? Control of North Africa could have threatened British oil routes and opened access to the Middle East, allowed allies to invade Italy through North Africa, creating another front. 8. Over-reliance on wonder weapons. Hitler put great faith in weapons like the V-2 rocket and jet aircraft. These advanced weapons came too late and were produced in small numbers. Resources used on wonder weapons could have been better spent on tanks, aircraft, and trained troops. 9. Persecution and genocide. The Holocaust and other genocidal policies consumed vast resources, distracted from the war effort, alienated potential allies, e.g. Ukrainians who initially welcomed Germans. Morally repugnant actions hardened Allied resolve for total victory. 10. Poor alliance management. Axis powers, Germany, Italy, Japan, rarely coordinated their strategies. Japan never helped fight the USSR. Italy required constant German support, draining resources. Germany fought virtually alone in key campaigns, e.g. Normandy. Conclusion. Hitler lost the war not only because of the strength of the Allies, but also due to his own flawed leadership and decisions. His overconfidence, ideological obsessions, and disregard for military strategy gradually turned early victories into catastrophic defeats.